Hello everyone, this is LIGHTHIEF, and welcome to Megawatts on Your Mind, your podcast where we explore the future of clean energy. I'm absolutely thrilled to kick off this series because renewable energy isn't just about technology. It's about our future, our planet, and the incredible innovation happening right now across Europe and the world. Today, we're diving deep into 3 revolutionary renewable energy sources that are reshaping our entire energy landscape: solar photovoltaic farms, wind farms, and biogas plants. We'll explore how each one works, what makes them unique, and why together they form the perfect trinity of clean power generation. So grab a coffee, settle in, and let's charge up your mind with some megawatts of knowledge. Let's start with solar photovoltaic farms, or PV farms. When most people think of renewable energy, solar panels are often the first thing that comes to mind. And for good reason. Solar technology has come an incredibly long way. The first practical solar cell was created in 1954 at Bell Labs with just 6% efficiency. Today's commercial panels regularly achieve 20 to 22% efficiency, and laboratory versions are pushing past 47%. But what exactly is a solar farm? Picture this: hundreds or even thousands of solar panels arranged in neat rows across acres of land. Each panel is typically about 2 square meters and can generate 350 to 450 watts of power under optimal conditions. Now, let's get into the fascinating science. Each solar panel contains photovoltaic cells, usually made from silicon, one of the most abundant elements on Earth. These cells have 2 layers, one with extra electrons, negative layer, and one missing electrons, positive layer. When sunlight hits the panel, photons, particles of light, knock electrons loose from the atoms in the silicon. This creates an electric field that pushes these electrons to flow in one direction, creating direct current electricity. It's like a one-way street for electrons, all thanks to the sun. But we're not done yet. That DC electricity flows to inverters, the brains of the operation, which convert it into alternating current, the type of electricity that powers our homes and businesses. Then transformers step up the voltage for efficient transmission to the electrical grid. Now, here's what makes solar both predictable and challenging. We know exactly when the sun rises and sets. We can calculate the sun's angle at any time of year. This predictability is a huge advantage for grid operators. A typical solar farm produces no power at night, obviously, ramps up quickly after sunrise, peaks around midday, then gradually decreases until sunset. On a perfect sunny day, a large solar farm might operate at 70–80% of its maximum capacity. On a cloudy day, that might drop to 15–30%, but it's still producing. Solar farms come in different configurations. Ground-mounted systems are the most common, just panels on racks fixed at an optimal angle. Then we have tracking systems that follow the sun across the sky, increasing energy production by 25–35%. There are also floating solar farms on reservoirs, which benefit from the cooling effect of water and reduce water evaporation. Let's talk scale. The world's largest solar farm, the Balboa Solar Park in India, spans 56 square kilometers and generates 2.25 gigawatts, enough to power roughly 1.3 million homes. Europe has some impressive installations too. Spain's Núñez de Balboa solar plant generates 500 megawatts, while Portugal's Alqueva floating solar array is one of Europe's largest water-based installations. Modern solar panels are built to last 25–30 years with minimal degradation, typically losing only 0.5% efficiency per year. After their operational life, over 95% of panel materials can be recycled. It's truly sustainable technology from start to finish. Now, let's talk about wind power. And I have to say, modern wind turbines are some of the most impressive machines ever built. To give you a sense of scale, a typical modern onshore wind turbine stands about 80 but 120 meters tall. That's 25-40 stories. The blades can be 60-80 meters long, longer than a Boeing 747 wing. And offshore turbines? They're even bigger, with some reaching total heights of 260 meters from sea level. Inside that towering structure is incredible engineering. Let's start with the blades. They're not just giant propellers, they're precisely engineered airfoils, similar to airplane wings. When wind flows over the curved surface, it creates different air pressures on each side, generating lift. This lift force causes the rotor to spin. Up in the nacelle, that's the box sitting atop the tower, you'll find the main shaft, gearbox, generator and control systems. The rotor might spin at just 10-20 rotations per minute, but the gearbox multiplies this to about 1,500 RPM for the generator. The generator then converts this mechanical rotation into electrical energy. Here's something cool. Modern turbines are smart. They have sensors constantly monitoring wind speed and direction. The entire nacelle can rotate to face the wind, and the blade pitch, the angle of the blades, can be adjusted to optimize power production or slow down in high winds. If winds exceed safe limits, usually around 90 kilometers per hour, the turbine automatically shuts down to prevent damage. Wind resources vary dramatically by location. Coastal areas and offshore sites are prime territory because sea breezes tend to be stronger and more consistent. Mountainous regions can have excellent wind resources too. Wind speed increases with height, which is why turbines keep getting taller. At 100 meters up, wind speeds are typically 20 to 40% higher than at ground level. Here's an interesting fact. Wind often blows stronger at night, and during winter months, the opposite of solar generation. This natural complementarity is one reason these technologies work so well together. Let's talk about the two main types of wind farms, onshore and offshore. Onshore wind farms are installed on land, often in rural or agricultural areas. They're cheaper to build and maintain, they can share land with farming or grazing, and they're easier to connect to the existing electrical grid. A farmer might lease land to a wind developer and continue farming right up to the turbine base. It's a win-win. Offshore wind farms are installed in coastal waters or even far out at sea. Building them is more expensive and technically challenging. You're essentially constructing massive structures in the ocean. But the advantages are significant. Offshore winds are typically stronger and more consistent. There's essentially unlimited space, and there are fewer complaints about visual impact or noise from nearby residents. The engineering is mind-blowing. Offshore turbines need foundations that can withstand incredible forces. Constant waves, storms, corrosion from salt water. Fixed bottom foundations are driven into the seabed in shallower waters. In deeper waters, floating platforms are now being deployed. Turbines that literally float, tethered to the ocean floor. Europe is the global leader in offshore wind. The North Sea has become an offshore wind powerhouse with massive farms in UK, German, Dutch and Danish waters. The London Array in the UK was one of the world's largest for years. The new Dogger Bank wind farm, also in UK waters, will be even larger when complete, capable of powering 6 million homes. One large modern offshore wind turbine, we're talking 12 and 15 megawatt machines, can generate enough electricity to power 12,000, 16,000 homes annually. A single rotation of those massive blades can power a home for an entire day. That's the power of wind energy. Now, let's explore the dark horse of renewable energy, biogas. This technology doesn't get as much attention as solar and wind, but it's absolutely crucial for a truly renewable energy system. Biogas production starts with waste, and we produce a lot of it. Agricultural residues, food waste from homes and restaurants, animal manure, sewage, even specially grown energy crops. All of this organic matter contains energy, and biogas plants unlock it. The magic happens through a process called anaerobic digestion. Anaerobic means without oxygen. Organic waste is fed into large sealed tanks called digesters, where bacteria break it down in a completely oxygen-free environment. Think of these bacteria as tiny chemical factories. They work in stages. First, complex organic molecules are broken down into simpler compounds. Then, acid-producing bacteria convert these into acids and alcohols. Finally, methanogenic bacteria, the real stars, convert these products into methane and carbon dioxide. This biogas is typically 50–70% methane, the rest mostly CO2. There are different reactor designs. Continuous stirred tank reactors keep the material constantly mixed. Plug-flow digesters are like long tubes where material moves through gradually. Some advanced systems use multiple stages with different bacteria optimized for each stage. The process takes time, typically 15 to 40 days, depending on the type of waste and operating conditions. Digesters can run at mesophilic temperatures around 35 to 40 degrees C or thermophilic temperatures around 50 and 60 degrees C for faster processing. The whole system is carefully controlled. Temperature, pH levels, feeding rates, to keep those bacteria happy and productive. The biogas rises to the top of the digester where it's collected. But raw biogas can't be used directly. It contains impurities like hydrogen sulfide, moisture and siloxanes. So it goes through cleaning, removing hydrogen sulfide to prevent corrosion, dehumidifying and sometimes removing CO2 to concentrate the methane. Once cleaned, biogas has multiple uses. It can be burned in a combined heat and power unit to generate electricity and useful heat simultaneously. That's about 80–90% total efficiency. It can be upgraded to biomethane, essentially synthetic natural gas, and injected into the natural gas grid or used as vehicle fuel. Some facilities even produce liquid CO2 as a byproduct for industrial use. But here's what makes biogas truly special. It's not just about energy. It's a complete circular economy solution. After digestion, you're left with digestate, a nutrient-rich material that makes excellent fertilizer. It's pathogen-free from the heat of digestion, low odor, and the nutrients are in forms that plants can easily absorb. Farmers can use this instead of synthetic fertilizers, closing the nutrient loop. The environmental benefits are massive. First, you're diverting organic waste from landfills where it would decompose and release methane, a powerful greenhouse gas, directly into the atmosphere. In a biogas plant, that methane is captured and used productively. Second, you're replacing fossil fuels. Third, the digestate replaces synthetic fertilizers, which require huge amounts of energy to produce. Biogas plants can process such diverse materials. Agricultural biogas plants primarily use manure and crop residues. Municipal plants handle sewage sludge. Industrial plants process food industry waste. Think breweries, dairies, slaughterhouses. Some plants use dedicated energy crops like maize or grass silage, though this is controversial because it competes with food production. Europe has thousands of biogas plants, Germany is the leader with over 9,000 installations, many on farms. Denmark has pioneered large centralized plants that collect waste from multiple farms. Sweden has focused on upgrading biogas to vehicle fuel. Many Swedish buses and trucks run on biogas. Here's the critical advantage. Unlike solar and wind, biogas provides baseload power. The biogas can be stored in tanks, and you can generate electricity whenever you need it, day or night, summer or winter, calm or windy. This dispatchability makes biogas incredibly valuable for grid stability. Modern biogas plants are becoming increasingly flexible. They can ramp production up and down to complement solar and wind. On a sunny, windy day, run the biogas plant at minimum. When renewables drop, ramp it up. This flexibility is crucial as we transition to higher shares of variable renewables. Now, here's where everything comes together. These three technologies aren't competitors. They're the perfect team. Imagine a typical day. Dawn breaks and solar panels start generating power, ramping up quickly through the morning. At midday, solar is at peak production. As the sun sets, solar output falls, but evening winds often pick up, and wind turbines increase their contribution. Through the night, wind continues, and biogas plants provide stable baseload power, filling any gaps. Zoom out to the seasons. Summer brings long days and excellent solar production. Winter has shorter days, but often stronger winds. Biogas remains constant year-round. Each source compensates for the other's weaknesses. Add in energy storage, batteries for short-term balancing, pumped hydro for longer storage, and even hydrogen production from excess electricity. And you have a completely renewable, reliable grid. The biogas plants can also provide crucial grid services. They can quickly increase or decrease output to balance frequency, something solar and wind can't do as easily. The economics work too. Solar and wind have very low operating costs. Sunshine and wind are free. Once built, they generate cheap electricity. Biogas has higher operating costs but provides valuable services. Waste management, fertilizer production, and dispatchable power when it's needed most. Together, they create an economically viable system. Different regions have different strengths. Sunny southern regions excel at solar. Windy coastal and northern areas are ideal for wind. Agricultural regions are perfect for biogas. A European-wide grid that shares these resources creates an incredibly robust system. Europe isn't just talking about renewable energy, it's actually doing it at an incredible pace. Denmark regularly generates more than 50% of its electricity from wind, sometimes over 100% of demand. Germany has installed over 130 gigawatts of solar and wind combined. Spain is experiencing a solar boom with gigawatt-scale projects. The Netherlands is rapidly expanding offshore wind. Portugal recently operated for days entirely on renewable electricity. The European Green Deal has mobilized hundreds of billions of euros in investment. Offshore wind capacity is projected to grow from about 30 gigawatts today to possibly 300 gigawatts by 2050. Solar installations are accelerating. We're adding gigawatts every month. Biogas is being recognized as essential for a circular economy and grid flexibility. Innovation is exploding. Floating offshore wind opens up vast new areas. Agrivoltaics combines solar panels with agriculture underneath. Power-to-X technologies convert excess renewable electricity into hydrogen, synthetic fuels, or other valuable products. The next decade will bring technologies we're only beginning to imagine. Digital technology is transforming how we manage all this. smart grids, AI-powered forecasting, virtual power plants that coordinate thousands of distributed resources. These technologies enable much higher renewable penetration than was thought possible just years ago. And this creates jobs. Hundreds of thousands across Europe in manufacturing, installation, maintenance, and innovation. The renewable energy sector is one of the fastest-growing employment sectors in Europe. So there you have it, the three pillars of renewable energy. Solar farms harvesting sunshine, wind turbines capturing the power of moving air, and biogas plants turning waste into wealth. Each unique, each essential, each contributing to a clean energy future that's not just possible, it's already happening. In our upcoming episodes, we'll go even deeper. We'll visit real facilities, interview the engineers and operators, analyze specific case studies, and show you exactly how these technologies are transforming our energy landscape, 1 megawatt at a time. This is LIGHTIEF with megawatts on your mind. Thank you so much for spending these 20 minutes with me. If you found this valuable, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and share this with anyone interested in our energy future. Until next time, keep those megawatts on your mind, and remember, the future is renewable.